katika maua, moyo fungua, tazama ndani baby, utaona moyo wako waniita. Kubali wito naitika, sauti yako naisikia. Umekwama kwa akili, nikilala ninaota nikipana we, pana we, ninapana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana we, ninapana we, fly away, oh oh, pana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana we, ninapana we, fly away, oh oh. Wakilea bet, ni mahari kwa wazazi next. Unaweza flex, uko na misa unaweza flex. Mpenzi tambile, nimengoja sana kukuona tena baby, ana kwa ana. We malaika wangu kwa ndoto zangu, naota mabawa na baby, mimi ninapana we, pana we, ninapana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana we, ninapana we, fly away, oh oh, pana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana wewe, pana we, pana we, ninapana we, fly away, oh oh.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Seche kalo mang'eny alondo pe nyamanyo ngima, dangola manyo ngima, duondi kawinjo duondi, duondi chalo winyo machiewa ka chieng' owuok. Tich abich ochopo, sipi chunya mageno, rwak lepi gi wuoche wadhi wamielo pija. I'm a dreamer, jangola sikaleko, aleko era miluoka godo. Weni wangu, mimi wako, you know I love you. Sina hofu, sitachoka, I know I have you.
I love to sit on a balcony with a lover who has strings to my heart. String along into bliss, sing along to the sounds of this. My mind wants to play back memories from the first time I noticed her. My eyes will replay the exact moments I stood before a mirror just to see what she'd see, and I'll say, I'm trying to reach every corner of this world, and that includes your heart. I've prayed for this moment for too long. I have exercised my heart. Past lovers with rough hands have held my delicate dreams. They call it love, but I don't know how to call it, so help me solve this. I might be in love, but I'm constantly thinking how it ends. I call it come and go love. Kiss me, but not deeply love. Hold me, but not tightly love. Feel me, but not catchy love. Not the first owner love. Almost feels like a hand-me-down love. Doesn't fit with the first try love. It will grow a new love, but you just hit 30 and all you got is in my head love. And what's in my head love looks like this. It sounds like this.
Mimi wako
by someone who can handle me. I'm not a gangster, I'm just me, so look at me. My tired soul keeps waving a white flag. My hopeful soul seems to love the red flags. My breaking bones have tried to pick me up. I'm in my last of my living soul, it's like I'm dying. My tears don't drop no more, but I'm crying. I'm reaching out, but when I look around, it's like I've been here before. And it has left me feeling like I could stop living if it means the one taking my breath is the one to resurrect my spirit, calm my soul down. Find me a come and stay, love. When we kiss, it feels like I'm in heaven, love. Hold me and hold ourselves, love. Fill me and trace it back to our hearts, love. The fast owner kind of love. Place me where your love loves. Works with the first try, love. I don't have to think how it ends, love. I know I have you. So put on your shoes, let's go dance our love, where love is just love and just us.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Where don't you do? Where don't you do? Yo es your in your eyes is where it starts. Tarora, ora dwaya maratorora. Wamadikeria ora, nita wako to the kahora, kahora. Tarora, ora dwaya maratorora. Wamadikeria ora, nita wako to the kahora, kahora.
Joga maber, yeah mama. Dorito ngimana, dorito joga maber, yeah mama. Dorito ngimana, wedo akua. Ine mama mageno, wedo akua mama. Wedo akua, ine mama maero, wedo akua.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy April. Happy 2nd of April. I hope you are doing well. My name is Caroline Murote, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Sheversations. How are you guys doing? I am doing quite well myself, and I'm so happy to be here having this conversations with you. Now, let me know, are you an April Fool? Are you an April's Fool? Or are you taking care of yourself this new month? Alafu niwaulize, zile vitu tulikuwa tunafanya shule. I don't know, did you guys ever used to participate in April Fool's pranks? Because, oh my goodness, growing up, both in primary school as well as high school, I was really excited for April's Fools. The 1st of April was one of my favorite days. Why was it one of my favorite days? Because we used to prank each other like crazy. So let me know. Caroline_Murote on Instagram and at Power Radio. At Caroline Murote on Facebook and X at Power Radio on both. And on TikTok, it's at Carol Murote, CAROL Murote, and at Power Radio on TikTok. Let me know how you have commemorated. Do we celebrate? Do we commemorate? How you have experienced your 1st of April, and if that was a thing when you grew up? Because personally, I was even disappointed. I was very, very disappointed that I was not in school, that I wasn't around people yesterday, because best believe that it's not the same when you prank people on WhatsApp as when you do it in real life. So Mimi, nita postpone my April's Fools. I'm going to postpone it because I want to relieve my childhood memories. And if there is a particular childhood memory that has been rocking your world, things that you guys used to do, it's playing Chamama Chababa, Chongwano, I don't know, whatever it is that you guys used to do as kids, let me know. Please share your different experiences. I am extremely excited already. And now we were ushered into the show by Panawe, that's African Vic, and then we had Wangu, a beautiful spoken word piece by Goofy and Costa Ojuang, and then we had Herani, and that was by Costa Ojuang and Wanjine. Now we are about to jump into Party Don't Stop by Kampula, and because I'm all about the nostalgia, all about throwing it back, this is for you, my loves. Welcome to the show, and I'm gonna see you in just a minute.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Here we go. See, I'm loving what you do to me, so if it's cool, let me know. We can kick it to the VIP because the party don't stop till 3. Meaning you're in the crib all over me. CIBTRIPPER, and we are CAMP to the moolah. We blow this bazooka. It's crazy, baby, how I'm on you like Slim to shit it. So let me see your head bob, cause this party don't stop. Cause tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. Let me give your body a job, employ a new technique. Work it, rock it like a cradle, and better need a free. Wait a minute, let me clarify. The way you maneuver, I can't deny. So scream from the top of your lungs, and maybe I'll pacify ya. Take over, my baby, it ain't over. No fat lady, navigate to the floor, make your way. Dilate, give me more A-OK. It ain't fair, the way you're shaking it and moving it, baby. Make them stare. Step up in the building, everybody, and go up. Then it's 8. better bring somebody to the club. To the club. 'Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. So get your hands up.
Get ready to party on the dance floor, jamming till 6 in the morning.
So get your drinks up.
Don't spill on nobody. Hit the bar, get some girls, 'cause the bottles we poppin'. But I'm a little bit too bubbly, so all the ladies look lovely, but can't tell if they ugly, 'cause someone get these girls off of me. Meet me by the bar, baby girl, round 3 now. Let's go get some shots. Drink up, 'cause you know the party don't stop.
Tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. 'Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright. This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Keep me coming, baby. Give me something, baby. When will we be coming, baby? When will you stop running, baby? We are both surviving, baby. We are still deciding, baby. I was never hiding, baby. I'll put it in writing, baby. Where are we going? I've been here before, babe. I felt so alone, baby. It was the unknown, babe. I was far from home, baby. We are still surviving, babe. We are still deciding, baby. I was never hiding, babe. When will we start shining, baby? Where are we going?
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Welcome back. It is 11:30 on this 2nd of April. Such a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'd like to welcome you back to Sheversations. My name is Caroline Murote, in case you missed it the first 6 million times. And I wanna get to know you better. I had asked you before this break to share with me your childhood stories, the stories that rocked your childhood, and if you guys have ever been those people to actually get naughty and tricky and weird on the 1st of April. April's Fool. I have been April's Fool 6 million times in my life. and I have been fooling people for a very, very long time. And honestly, if that's if me stopping to celebrate April's Fool is what's gonna have me considered to be a grown up, then I'm not a grown up. I'm not a grown up. Let's just make peace with it. I am a child and I am content being a child. Now let's look into what's happening. But before we look into what's happening, let's just shout out the beautiful tracks that are making our day. So that was Party Don't Stop. Beautiful, beautiful throwback from way back when. In the 2010s, that was Camp Mulla, we miss you. Then we had MJ with Moto Waithaka and Zaituni Wamboi with Echoes extended version. And we had again MJ with Moto Waithaka and Polaris Pauline this time saying, where are we going? And where are we going? Where are we going? Hopefully to a better space when it comes to girls and menstrual health, because today we're talking about menstrual health. We're talking about period poverty and how it relates to mental health. And now let's look at what's happening in the space of menstrual health and period poverty. And on the 19th of March, the Ministry of Health reaffirmed its dedication to enhancing menstrual health and hygiene nationwide. And the Principal Secretary, Mary Muthoni Murote, highlighted the ongoing efforts, including providing accurate information on menstruation. Yes, we talk about menstruation, the need for us to have a correct information, sex ed, because otherwise, where are we actually going? If we don't have information, we're not empowered. And this conversation was meant to ensure access to affordable menstrual products, as well as promoting proper sanitation facilities. And the ministry also called for organizational support to implement the menstrual hygiene management, MHM, policy at the county level. Okay. And on the 20th of March, that was just a few days ago, about 12 days ago, non-governmental organizations such as Africom Development Centers, Keeping a Girl in School, that is KAGIS, KAGIS, a program, urged governmental support to improve menstrual health in Tharaka Nithi County. And the team leader, James Gitari, emphasized the financial struggles many girls face in accessing menstrual products and advocated for the swift implementation of the Sanitary Towels Provision Bill to provide free sanitary pads in schools. Additionally, the Waza Dada initiative highlighted the critical role of men and boys in supporting menstrual hygiene and combating transactional sex from menstrual products. So that just goes to speak to the partnerships that we need from organizations as well, from men and boys. This is not a conversation that is in a silo. It's not just a conversation for women and young girls. This is a conversation for all of society, and we're not going to have a complete conversation if we keep men out of this conversation. So I'm very happy to hear that there are ongoing partnerships to end a period poverty, and particularly this is in Tharaka Nithi County, and I hope that all the other counties take this initiative up and follow suit for the betterment of our young girls. Also, we have had the Advocacy for Menstrual Health Awareness by Naya Kenya, where they emphasize the importance of menstrual health on the 12th of March. They were emphasizing on the awareness for reproductive health as well as rights, and they highlighted that approximately 65% of women and girls in Kenya, 65%. Let's just start calculating that mentally. What does that mean? 65% of women and girls in Kenya cannot afford sanitary pads. So this is according to Naya Kenya, as late as recent as the 12th of March this year. And because they cannot afford this, has been leading to health issues as well as educational disruptions. And what did Naya do? They called for the enforcement of menstrual health, menstrual hygiene management policy 2019 to 2030, and the promotion of community dialogues to break myths and misconceptions about menstruation. This is why we continue having this conversation, because millions of girls and women everywhere are menstruating right now. Millions of girls and women in this country are menstruating, bleeding currently right now. And it's very sad for me to think that they don't have enough enough products for them to be able to take care of themselves. And honestly, if you deny girls and women menstrual hygiene products, that is also taking away their dignity, because then it means that we're leaving them embarrassed. Because, how would you like it if that was you? And this is something that is completely outside of our control. It is not a choice. Periods, unlike sex, and this is the biggest comparison that we have in our society, that we are constantly comparing. We're constantly having a conversation of menstrual products, particularly sanitary towels, sanitary pads versus condoms. And why is it that there's such high taxes on our menstrual products, yet menstruation is not something that girls choose to do? This is not something that we participate in actively. It happens to us. It is a natural part of our bodies. It shows that you're healthy, actually, when you have your periods. But how we are able to take care of ourselves signifies a privilege, and that shouldn't be the case. You should not be calling yourself privileged enough to afford menstrual towels, to afford tampons, to afford menstrual cups. That's not supposed to be privilege. Those things are supposed to be readily available, at least the basics, at least menstrual towels. And when it comes to sex and condoms are really extremely affordable. They are very, very, very affordable. You can buy a packet of three condoms for 50 shillings, yet you can barely get a good packet of pads for that amount. And yet a girl would probably need 2 or 3 packets, or 4, depending on her flow, on just one period. So it means that 3 to 4 packets of pads, and this has 10 to 12 sanitary towels. So a girl would be using about 30 to 40 sanitary towels, if not more, on one period. And this is not something that they choose. So let's think about us taking care of girls and their menstrual health is also a matter of humanizing them, and not doing the same is dehumanizing. Now let's look at what's going on outside of Kenya with regards to period poverty, with regards to menstrual health. And so Ghana's Women's Premier League has been tackling period poverty, and this started last year in December. And in Ghana, female football players in the Women's Premier League have been grappling with period poverty due to the high cost of sanitary products. And this has been exacerbated by a 32.5% luxury tax on imported pads. And this financial barrier has led to some athletes to miss matches or resort to unsafe alternatives. And to address this, organizations like Soccer for Dreamers have introduced menstrual cups as a sustainable solution, aiming to empower players and reduce the impact of period poverty on their careers. Now, let's just speak a woman to woman, girl to girl. And if you're a gentleman, you're very free to learn, because this information might be helpful to a woman near you. If that's a conversation that you're willing to have, it should be a conversation that you are willing to have. But it's not always the easiest because of all the shaming women have been taught. It's psychological, it's subconscious to be ashamed to talk about periods around men for most girls. It is not the case with me. I have no shame, zero shame. And let me say that I do use a menstrual cup. And from experience, it is extremely, extremely, extremely affordable. If you can save up money, and I know that this is not a conversation that a lot of people are able to have, because finances are often the bottom, they're often where the problem begins, affordability. But if at all, in the position that you are as a woman, if you are able to save about 1,000 shillings or 1,500 shillings, if that is possible, if you can do that, other than panty liners, just regular use, not necessarily for menstruation. So I think what's going on in Ghana with the Women's Premier League makes a lot of sense. And if you're an organization or just a individual that is privileged enough to have extra funds, and you're wondering how to assist a girl near you, a menstrual cup is a good way to do this. But it would do well to just educate yourself on who can use a menstrual cup and who can't use a menstrual cup, by just going and doing your research online. There is a lot of open information, and just 2 or 3 articles will give you the basis of what you need. A couple of videos on YouTube will give you the basis of what you need. And there's a lot of accurate information out there. You can also go to your nearest clinic and just go and find out about that. And I hope that our clinics are getting better with regards to giving information on such issues. So that's a good way to support somebody if you're looking for sustainability. And a menstrual cup can actually last 10 years. 10 years without it being damaged, with it being completely hygienic, with it being completely usable and not an issue at all. And hence, if that's sustainability we're looking for in terms of finances, it's that. You just pair it up with knowing how to be hygienic, and that is a good solution. And in Tanzania, we had ongoing conversations with Amref Health Africa's Amref Health Africa, yes, and they've been having conversations on mental health in Tanzania, where they have been at the forefront of improving menstrual hygiene management, and they commemorated Menstrual Hygiene Day by partnering with communities and schools to increase access to menstrual products and improve sanitation facilities, right? And their efforts have led to significant improvements, such as a 24% increase in girls' school attendance in targeted areas, and this is an ongoing conversation that has been occurring since 2023 May to date. Yes, and then we also have Speak Up Africa and Kitamba partnership in Senegal. And on International Women's Day, Speak Up Africa and the social enterprise Kitamba signed a 3-year partnership agreement to enhance women's and girls' access to menstrual health services in Senegal. And this particular collaboration aims to integrate menstrual health management into public policies and to promote gender equality. And last but certainly not least, we have a story from Ethiopia, where UNFPA's menstrual health mission in the remote village of Bagara, which is in southern Ethiopia, in partnership with Hope International Development Agency, initiated a program to address menstrual health and hygiene. And they provided training and reusable sanitary pads to schoolgirls, empowering them with knowledge and resources to manage their menstruation with dignity. So as we can see, as we have heard, ladies and gentlemen, there are so many initiatives that are ongoing to mean that we as a continent and we as a country are actually realizing that period poverty and menstrual hygiene is a serious issue that needs to be handled very intentionally. However, what is happening is not enough, because when you hear that 65% of girls and women in our country cannot afford sanitary pads, again, this is according to Naya Kenya, that is sad. It means that we need to not only double, but triple, quadruple the effort that is being put into this space. So those are the stories that have been going on, particularly regarding period poverty. Now, if you have a story that you'd like us to know, if you're somebody, an individual that has been doing, something towards this initiative, just adding value to women and girls around the world, feel free to let us know on the socials. We've already shared our handles, but just to remind you, it is at Power Radio on all platforms and at Caroline Murote on all platforms. On Instagram, it's Caroline_Murote, and on TikTok, it's at Carol Murote, CarolMurote. So I hope that you have been inspired, and I hope that wherever it is that you are, you're very intentional to find out how girls are faring on around you. These are not conversations that are popular, but they are conversations that are needed, and we're going to continue having these conversations on Sheversations, and I hope that you are going to stay tuned. But for now, we are going to hear from K-Rop and Maithera saying Mekuchagua, and then followed by Utamu by Chico, Kelo Max, and Brandy Minor.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Together and a couple more. promise you're everything. You're
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Tangu sisi wawili kujuana, tumependa kupendana, tumeonja utamu wa asali Don Coroller. Wengine siwataki, wengine siwataki, oh no. Utamu huwa ndani ya moyo, wolololo. Mambo moto, pakawasha moto yo. Mambo yamechemka, nataka joto. Analia, oyoyoyo, amewasha moto yo. Mambo yamechemka, wanalia joto. Wanalia, oyoyoyo, wanataka utamu, utamu, utamu. Mina tafuta utamu, 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 utamu. Tafuta utamu.
Only wishing the bed anyone yellow bed forever land maungeto. Hera ma one go doni mitadua kata bende obelde wiye kun. Mano donge doko sacrilege violation. Eka kegida gini gido na to gini yoka longo longo gini nyaka londo. While we here we are okay.
They don't like when I say I'm your lover. They want I say I'm your friend. But what a pity, when me try like an easy ticky. You the only one in this kitty. Why is it kukulia? Anyway, one it I don't want somebody else. Siku waitha ni soda, ina utamu mwingine. Ninywe kila saa, tamu ka asali. Utamu, wakawasha moto yo. Mambo yamechemka, wanataka joto. Wanalia, woyoyoyo, wamewasha moto yo. Mambo yamechemka, wanalia joto. Wanalia, woyoyoyo.
This is Hendrix Sam.
Lakini bado najibonga, roho yangu inagonga, nikikuona ukisonga, ayawa yawa freeze, picha mimi sitachoma, niko na diploma, juu baby mimi nishakusoma, ayawa atoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utafanyiwa, atoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utafanyiwa. Oh baby kata, kata, kata usiogope we kata, 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 sikuwachi mimi nakufuata. Oh baby kata, kata, kata usiogope we kata, 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 sikuwachi mimi nakufuata. Is you. Napenda sana ukiwa karibu, iwe mchana ama usiku. And if you call me girl, I'm coming through. Tryna love you in a different style and setting. It's been a while, I'm sweating. When I see you smile, I lose my mind. Wallah, you're a blessing. Hatoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utapatiwa. Wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utapatiwa. So baby kata, kata, kata usiogope we kata. Oh baby kata, kata, sikuwachi ninakufuata. Oh baby kata, kata, sikuwachi ninakufuata. Oh baby kata, kata, sikuwachi ninakufuata. My feelings, yeah, yeah, my feelings. Tukiwa wawili, yeah, yeah, wawili. My feelings, yeah, yeah, my feelings. Tukiwa wawili, kama ndege na fly, nimependa malaika.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Buy me love, take me to places I don't know, guide me gently, show me how to love your soul, sing me songs, I'll make the moves, you write the words, we are something extraterrestrial, we grew. Didaga, didaga, they ask about us, let it go down in history. I'm devoted to your heart, and if they try to have a piece of you, they don't have a clue. I'm a fool that's deep in love. I'm trying to refrain, I'm trying to make a change. I'm a mess when it comes to you. Let it be known to the queen and beyond, baby. Yeah. Buy me love. Take me to places I don't know. Guide me gently. Show me how to love your soul. Sing me songs. I'll make the moves, you write the words. We are something extraterrestrial. We groove, yeah. Baby, we groove. Baby, we groove. Baby, we groove. Didaga geshiria, baby. Didaga geshiria, baby. Didaga geshiria, baby. Didaga geshiria, baby. Said I wanna be your only, and I wanna see you daily. I wanna feel you near me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations. Welcome back. So that was a beautiful sound of By My Love by Stacy Kamatu. And right before that, we had Katika by Hans Fear and Watendo Wheelie. Huh? Caroline, get it right. And then we had Utamu by Ochiko Kelamax and Brandy Minor. And we've been enjoying the show. We've been cruising along nicely. And right about now, ladies and gentlemen, it is 1/2 the day. It is a 1/2 Wednesday, 1/2 today, and I hope that you are having a beautiful Wednesday. So I've been asking you guys to let me know what have you been doing during your April Fools celebrations, commemorations, nini? Yeah. So maybe one of the things that I used to do when I was in school, primary school and high school, because we are never growing up. So I used to lie to my friends when I into a staff room. It does not matter whether you went to a public school or a private school, government school, international school, it doesn't matter. Being called to the staff room is a universal experience and nobody wants it. Nobody wants to be called to the principal's office, the deputy's office, the staff room, or to the teacher's office, a particular teacher who's known as a disciplinarian, regardless of whoever that person was in your school. So I used to lie to my friends, my classmates, that they were being called. And because I've always been a prefect, they would believe me. Now, imagine somebody going and showing up to the staff room and going to Mrs. Nani, Mrs. Karanja. Yeah, and Mrs. Karanja is like, Miss Jaquita, what have you done? And now the student has to defend themselves because they didn't do anything and nobody called them, but now they're in the office and they said that they've been summoned. And because I was such a trustworthy student, I was such a trustworthy prefect, nobody would ever hold me accountable. And this only happened once a year anyways. But I've been a prankster since. And I think the prankster in me comes from my auntie, my father's youngest sister, who came to live with us when she was an older teenager. She used to wait for me to come out of the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, and she used to hide under the bed and then grab my foot. Imagine, as a child, imagine umetoka bafu. You're from the bathroom. You're just there in your towel. You've entered your room, and then somebody's hand holds you on your ankle. Oh, the way I used to scream. Another thing that she used to do is now when I'm in the bathroom. I guess I was very vulnerable when I was in the bathroom because this is just what she used to choose to do. Alikuwa napaka mkono yake matope. Guys, April Fools, let me tell you that this is a whole thing. People are committed. Alikuwa najipaka matope kwa mkono and then just put her hand through the bathroom window while I was showering. And let me tell you guys, when I tell you I grew up in the bushes, I mean our house was built in the middle of nowhere. Hakukuwa na manyumba zingine. So and then I'm like, oh my God, there is a muddy hand going through the door. Do you know how scary that was before you realize? Before she laughs, before I scream and then she laughs and I realize that this is a prank. So I think that that's probably how the prankster in me was born, because otherwise I was like, it's either I learn how to do these things or I'm always going to be the victim of such pranks. So I've been a prankster ever since. So feel free to start a prank war with me as long as nobody is actually getting hurt. Because if we're not both laughing at the end of it, then it is absolutely not funny. Now, right about now, we're about to celebrate our Woman Crush Wednesday, and you know how we do our Woman Crush Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, we shout out a girly that is doing the most, and today's Woman Crush is Stacy Kamatu. Stacy Kamatu just gave us this beautiful jam that we just played right about now, and she's of course a Kenyan singer. She's a singer and a songwriter. And she is celebrated for her unique fusion of neo soul, alternative R&B, and Afro pop. Because her music just sounds beautiful. You don't even know what it is. You're not sure what it is, but it's just beautiful. Yeah, and she seamlessly blends soulful melodies with contemporary rhythms and really shows how diverse her palette is musically. Now, she was born and raised here in Nairobi, and from a young age, she's had a deep passion for travel, which has exposed her to various musical styles as well as cultures and enriching her artistic expression. So she is a traveler. She is a world girly. She knows what's going on, everywhere else, and that's where she gets her influence. And she is an unapologetic cat lover and a foodie. You and me both, Stacey. You and me both. And she often shares glimpses of her personal interest with her audiences online. So you need to be following her on the socials. So her music, she's had quite a few notable works in her career. So Kamushie 2017, this is a song that translates to come back home in the Kikuyu language, watu wa Morema oye. And this beautifully blends her language with English and Swahili, and it creates a beautiful piece, and it narrates a story of a prodigal son, resonating with the redemption, homecoming. So that's what we're talking about. Also, we have a 2017 jam, another one, Way You Move. This is a collaboration with Kashan, and this song showcases Stacey's versatility by incorporating elements of electropop, resulting in an upbeat and a danceable track. Also, I'm gonna Buy Me Love 2024. So that's a bit more recent, and it continues to highlight her evolving sound as well as the lyrical depth. And in 2024, we also had another jam from her, Swim. This was released in December 2024, and we just keep seeing her grow as an artist. And in her career, we know that she has collaborated with various artists, and she's been contributing her unique vocal style to diverse musical projects. And her performances are known for their emotional depth as well as the ability to connect with audiences on a personal level. So if you want to find her, you can reach out to her and Stacy Kamatu on Instagram, on the gram, so that you can keep up with what is going on with her as she continues to make significant strides in our music industry. So that is our beautiful shout out to Stacey Kamatu. Stay making a beautiful music, stay making a beautiful music. And right about now, we're about to hear from Engineer. This is by Maga. I'll see you in just a minute.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Show by show, waning'ang'ania. Muziki kwangu violoso na wapakulia. Champe man of the year. Hola, ngoja kiasi. Change inalia. Nimepitisha mileage. Engineer, nahitaji guarantee. Engineer, utafika saa ngapi? Engineer, nahitaji service. Hebu nikueleze huyu wangu mami. Hatambui kama mimi ni msanii. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Hebu nikueleze huyu wangu mami. Hatambui kama mimi ni msanii. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Macho yangu ni skana na mikono ni spana. Na vile umebana, ninakuja na spare parts. Na kupiga oil check, na kupeleka road test. Na vile naipeleka gari, ama kweli ni ungwana. Makelele na sauti, punguza mdogo. Nimefika kwenye bar, nitaifinya iende. Ninapiga kona left, napiga kona right. Nimepita traffic lights, gari iko fine. Hebu nikueleze huyu wangu mami. Hatambui kama mimi ni msanii. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Hebu nikueleze huyu wangu mami. Hatambui kama mimi ni msanii. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer. Nikiwa na yeye mimi ni engineer.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did. Shoka Moshe, that's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did.
What you did.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Buy me love, take me to places I don't know, guide me gently, show me how to love your soul, sing me songs, I'll make the moves, you write the words, we are something extraterrestrial, we grew. About us, let it go down in history. I'm devoted to your heart, and if they try to have a piece of you, they don't have a clue. I'm a fool that's deep in love. I'm trying to refrain, I'm trying to make a change. I'm a mess when it comes to you. Let it be known to the queen and beyond, baby. Yeah, buy me love, take me to places I don't know, guide me gently, show me how to love your soul, sing me songs, I'll make the moves, you write the words, we are something extraterrestrial, we groove, yeah, baby, we groove.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Did get serious, baby? Woo! So for the non-Moremites, Stacey Kamatu is saying, I've been thinking about you. I stay thinking about you. So that is what she's saying. So that's Buy My Love. We actually have Buy My Love twice on this playlist because that's just how we're feeling. Please buy my love, guys. If you want to buy my love, Chakula, take me somewhere nice, feed me, make me laugh. Imagine and pay my transport home. Basically, take me out on a food date. Like, just invite me to your place and please don't be a man. That's awkward. That's weird. I'm not interested in that. Me no penda Yesu, guys. Stay reminding you guys. But yeah. So we had Engineer by my guy, and then we had Soccer Monsieur. That's what he said to me. That's what you said to me, which is a song just speaking about coming back home. Come back home. And buy my love once more. Already. How are we feeling? So do you have April Fool stories loading, please? Please. Now, Ingine, another story is that I have a snake. Nikona a snake. It's not a real snake. It is made out of silicone amaraba. I don't know what it is. It's the size of a little green grass snake, right? And if you're familiar with the outdoors, you're familiar with nature and wildlife, then you know that a lot of garden snakes are very harmless. They are just chilling, minding their business, probably more scared of you than you are of them. That's just the truth already. So, and I've had such like tarantulas, not real ones, fake. So what do? Of course, you put it in somebody's bag. Ama, you throw it. Ama, you wrap it up nicely and you tell them to open. And will they not scream? That is the most enjoyable part of April Fools. Okay? It's the spirit of pranking. I don't know, Sidri, but like, what do we think about pranking culture, Sai, on the internet, especially couples? Because I am of the very strong opinion that if it's going to deeply traumatize somebody and get in the way of their ability to trust you in real life, then maybe let's not do it. Pranks are supposed to be harmless. They're supposed to be enjoyable for everybody. So once I've gotten over the shock, let me be able to laugh because now I know everything is okay. Do you understand? But is it pranks? I'm cheating on you and now you're going to set up cameras and actually have a real woman in the bed who you're doing it with, pretending to do it with so that I can find you and that's a prank. I don't think that that's a good prank. A prank where you bring a fake house help who is very physically attractive to you and you act like you're lusting after this person, because this person is being very suggestive around the house and you're trying to make your wife jealous as a prank is not a healthy prank. So yes, I understand that pranks are funny and fun, lakini kuna venye social media culture has pushed it. YouTube has pushed pranking to an unhealthy level. So that's not something that I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But what are we talking about today? We are talking about a period of poverty in relation to mental health. How does period poverty impact mental health? So we're not just talking about lacking pads on tampons. We're talking about dignity. Earlier on, I had talked about how dehumanizing it is not to be able to take care of yourself while you're on your period. And we need to understand that having access to menstrual products, having access to menstrual health and hygiene education affects your overall well-being. All right? So let's just grab some tea, grab your chai, and let's dive into this conversation because it is important for everybody. And I said girls, women, girls, boys, and men. This is a conversation for the whole of society. Because gentlemen, in case you didn't know, hamgezaliwa if your mother was not having her periods, because it's often a sign of fertility and often a sign of the ability to reproduce for most women. So it is very related to creating families. You existing was also reliant on, your mom being fertile. And when you're fertile, oftentimes then you do have your period. This is not the case for everybody because everybody's anatomy, every woman's anatomy is quite different. Now let's talk about the price tag on periods. So imagine needing to decide between buying food as well as sanitary products. For many women and girls in Kenya, this is a reality. This is actually a monthly dilemma. And we've talked about how 65% of women and girls in Kenya cannot actually afford basic menstrual products. So they use unsafe alternatives like rags and mattress stuffing. So this is one of the stories that my mother told me growing up. I have never struggled, I think, to be able to purchase my own menstrual product. And I'm so grateful to God. But growing up, my mom did tell me that she grew up needing to use cotton and you stuff it up your vagina because you don't have an alternative. So you just go and find cotton from wherever it is that they sell cotton, because it was more affordable than buying menstrual products. And she said that it was quite a while until she was able to actually use sanitary towels. And that made me so sad because, you know, at that point, obviously, I'm a teenager, I'm grown up, she's grown up, she can afford these things. But just going through the fact that my mother, as a young girl, could not, you know, it was awkward enough for me having my periods as a 12-year-old girl. It was awkward enough. It's awkward. It's a strange experience. It's uncomfortable because having blood in between your legs while you're seated, you're supposed to go about your normal life, is not something easy to get used to, especially as a teenage girl who's preoccupied with so many other things. Oh my God, pimples. Do I look good? Do I sound good? Do I smell okay? You know, there's so much going on in your body as a teenage girl. And now I'm trying to imagine not being able to have the adequate menstrual products. That broke my heart for my mother, and I'm sure that her story is so many others. In this country, 65% is quite a big number. And for my mom, who grew up, who was young, you know, from the late 60s and so on, why do we still have the same stories almost, you know, just years later, 50 years later? Why do we still have the same stories? That's what I really want to understand. Yeah. And now imagine managing periods without access to clean water and private restrooms. That's another issue. That when you don't have proper facilities and private spaces for girls to be able to take care of themselves, it's actually a nightmare. When you don't have access to proper sanitation facilities, it's sad. And a lot of women and girls in our country are in bigger need for proper sanitation facilities and closed and private restrooms than men. Not because men don't need their dignity, but because men don't menstruate. They don't menstruate. So what do you need? So then the need is greater on the side of the person who needs to clean themselves up, to change their sanitary towel, you know, just change whatever it is that they're using. And the fact that this isn't available for a lot of girls, and having public shared restrooms that are not clean, is also an infrastructure issue that needs to be looked into, because not everybody will be able to afford that. But I think that a part of being developed is every single person having access to that, whether it's in their personal yard or not. Now, how does this actually affect young girls in our country? Is that they skip school. Imagine skipping school because of your period. I have never had to skip school because of my period, because my periods were never particularly painful, and I was always well equipped. But I do know plenty of girls who can't go somewhere because the cost of their sanitary towels, the cost of tampons, the cost of whatever it is that they're using means that they can't afford other things. Also, sometimes they can't afford them at all. So it means that you need to stay home, and that is quite a harsh reality. And it has been researched and studied that up to, some girls miss up to 50 school days a year due to period related challenges. And this obviously affects their education as well as their future prospects. And now moving on into the workplace, it's not just students, it's also working women who grapple with period stigma as well as inadequate facilities. So for example, if your office does not have a sanitary bin, that happens. I have gone to plenty of offices and there was no sanitary bin, and there was no direction as to where I can find a sanitary bin. And I was and I would wonder, you know, maybe I didn't need to use one in that moment, but now the ladies that work in this office, you're gonna be on your period the whole day. Your period doesn't take a break because you're in the office. You know, you don't just wait to get home at the end of the day, especially not if you have a heavy flow. And the longest you should ever use any sanitary product, if at all, is 8 hours. That is what it says. For tampons, for pads, it takes 6 to 8 hours. For tampons, it says 8 hours. I think the menstrual cup is one that allows you to just have that one change for 12 hours if it's not heavy and if it doesn't fill up. And a work day 9 to 5 is 8 hours. And most people go to work from 8 and probably don't always leave at 5. So it means that you're going to have to change your sanitary towel at least once, or your tampon at least once at work, maybe at lunchtime or maybe after 2 or 3 hours. And if it's day one, or if you're having a heavy flow, you're going to change it at least twice. So if there is no sanitary bin in your office, what are you to do? That is how deep this situation is. Yet, this is something that happens to every woman in society. Most women whose anatomy are working as expected, this is their reality. Yet we live in spaces that don't acknowledge the need for women. So yeah, it's honestly such a heartbreaking situation. And I hope that as we're having these conversations, we are, just thinking about how to make a tangible difference in the spaces that we have, in the spaces that we are in the spaces that we are in charge of. Suggest this, buy, support, just get this bin and find out how can we be, taking care of the waste. Now, when it comes to mental health and periods, you cannot detach the two, because how you're able to take care of yourself when you're on your period really, really affects your sense of self-worth as well as your self-esteem. Now, we have seen that there is anxiety and depression around the conversation of mental health. And this is due to the constant fear of licks. You're licking. Have I stained myself, or being teased? And this can lead to significant stress and embarrassment. And I remember that in high school, this was a constant fear for girls. Let me stand up and then you check if I have stained myself. Let me, because we are not educated enough to understand how to be confident using sanitary products. But even then, there isn't enough conversation around these matters that makes it normal, that it's okay for me to stain myself. But what happens is that girls tease girls make fun of girls. So now what are boys to do? If girls who are experiencing this thing, lack empathy in our culture, then we can't expect boys to be much better. So it starts with us. It starts with what kind of conversations do we have? What kind of assistance would you offer a girl that you have realized has stained herself? Do you run to her and cover her and, let her know? Do you, just help her feel comfortable and all of that? Or is it just embarrassing? And as long as it's not happening to you, it's embarrassing. Why? We are taught to be ashamed. It's one thing to be embarrassed because you have a stain where there should be no stain. It's another thing to be completely ashamed that it happened. Embarrassment and shame are related, but they're not the same thing. Shame is a deep thing, and there's so much shame around periods in our country, and this leads up to anxiety and depression for a lot of girls, let alone the hormonal imbalance that is occurring at this time when girls are menstruating. And this really affects our self-esteem. Girls feeling ashamed during their menstruation cause them to withdraw from social activities, from sports. I grew up around sports spaces because one of my parents was a sports coach. My mom was a sports coach, and so I would help her out a lot. And there were so many conversations that she had to have with her girl players because of them being on their period and them thinking that they can't do certain things. For example, like swimming. And, she took them through lessons where if you're swimming, then as a girl, you need to use, tampons. And she would have conversations with them. She would have conversations with us. I was her daughter, so these are conversations she had already had with me. But I didn't understand that these were not conversations that other mothers and other teachers were having with the girls around them. And this is what she used to say. She used to ask, you guys watch the Olympics, right? You watch the Commonwealth Games, all these international games on TV. Do you think that those women are wearing pads? And most of the girls would say no, because we can see how tight those sports gears are. Swimmers. And then she would ask, do you think the Olympics will wait for you to have your period in order for them to happen? No. So then should we not have women Olympians because they're on their period? No. And that's how she would, start the conversation with letting them know that there's options such as tampons and the menstrual cup. And it's just about exploring and understanding your body, and also having a conversation with the women in your life, mothers, for those girls that needed permission or were uncomfortable. She would include their parents in this conversation. And the most interesting thing is that oftentimes they are mothers, because it's normally the mothers that would come. Very few dads would come when they were, called to just after school have a short meeting with her as a sports teacher. Very few understood the dynamics. And she would say, we have your daughter here who is an excellent swimmer, an excellent sportsman, an excellent this, excellent that, but she's never available when she's on her period. So this is what we can do. And a lot of the time, this is not a conversation they had ever thought of. It's not something they had ever engaged. And this was in an international school, private school setting where the money was more than available, the information was more than available, but the culture is what would, make things hush. And, even around privileged people, we're just not talking about these things. And she would talk about these things openly. And that is how girls stop missing their swimming meets. And that's something you need to think about. You think that this is, haikuhusu, this is not a conversation. But one day you might have a daughter or a cousin, a niece, a friend's child who is a sports girl. What does she do? Can she not play sports when she's on her period? What does Beyonce do when she's having a concert and she's on her period? All those dances. And that's the kind of progressive conversation we need to have, to understand that having our periods does not mean that you're completely excluded from all these events, but there is a way. There are so many ways that are available to us for us to be able to cater to the needs that we have during our periods. And another interesting thing that is actually heartbreaking, quite interesting but heartbreaking, you guys would be interested to realize that girls actually explore the option of sex for pads, meaning that I'm not willing to bleed into the ground, to bleed into my clothes. So there's a man who is willing to have sex with me and ataniachia tuso, I'm a 50 bob, and I can go and get myself some pads. Isn't that heartbreaking that this is a reality that girls have to face? 12-year-old me, who already had 2 packets of pads and a packet of tampons in my drawer long before I had my period, because my mom had prepared me and she had given me these things and told me to be carrying a couple to school in case I start my period, because it will start at any point with no warning. I was already stressed about that. Now I'm trying to imagine a girl having her period, not understanding what it is, or maybe knowing what it is and not having the proper products to cater for it. And thinking and considering to have sex so that she can get pads. That's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. And what this does, other than exposing these girls to adult activities, it also exposes them to abuse and trauma, because sex with a minor is not consensual. A minor cannot consent because her brain, her emotions, her body, her anatomy is not developed enough to make that decision for herself. Yeah. And another thing that makes this problem much worse is a culture of silence. The taboos that we have around menstruation, the taboos that see periods as dirty, that make girls feel guilty, that make them hide. You have to hide your tampon. You have to hide your pad. You have to hide, oh my goodness. I think I was quite an empowered girl, but I too felt a bit of embarrassment if somebody would open my bag and see pads, particularly a boy, until it reached a point where I stopped caring. But this is because of the conversations that I had with my friends, the educators around me, teachers, as well as my mother, and the information that was available, books. And that's what changed it. The culture around me changed. I might have been a confident child, but the culture around me was not as welcoming when I started my periods. But by the time I was leaving high school, I could openly talk about I am on my period and I'm not feeling great right now. And even when I was in campus, I realized that a lot of gentlemen were not comfortable with you saying that you're on your period. So I made it a point to say, I'm on my period. I don't want to have this conversation right now because this is how I'm feeling. so that we can normalize it. So around my guy friends, they were 100% used to me saying that I'm on my period. It was not a shameful thing. And I would often initiate conversations about, listen, this is what happens to girls. Girls are different, X, Y, Z. And I realized that a lot of guys have never had a woman talk to them about these things. And if they've never heard it at home, they've never heard it in school, then it's just experience that will teach them, and a very toxic culture. So I realized that because they didn't have what I had growing up and what the boys around me had growing up, then I would be the one to show them this is how a pad works. Buy your girlfriend's pads. Buy them yogurts and chocolates. That's cute, but it's even much cuter if you also buy them pads. Find out which pads they use and one day surprise them. Most girls don't mind. I know some girls are not interested in that, but this should be a normal thing. The same way you buy me food because I'm hungry, because you care about me as a man, whether in a romantic sense or in friendship, is the same way you should be able to buy me pads because you know that I need them. So because you care about me, don't just care about certain parts of me and not others. And this is not just for romantically intimate partners. This is for men everywhere. Let's normalize buying menstrual products and knowing which menstrual products, and engaging those conversations, because the many years of trauma and shame and, for some girls, abuse that they have experienced because of their periods, they're quite frankly not interested in having these conversations with men because they think that you're going to see them differently, because a lot of the time men have also shamed women for having periods or made a comment, this guy is your friend, but then he says something weird in class like, Miss, when girls are on their periods, they don't make sense. Of course, as my friend, I'm not going to want to discuss my period with you if I'm not a very assertive person. I would be less likely to have that conversation with you. So in the spaces where women are not able to initiate those conversations, gentlemen, please be the ones to bridge that gap. So let's end that cultural silence, and we're just going to have a couple of jams for you, and we're going to come and put a stopper on this conversation. So this is Weza by Jivu and Mbivi, Weza, and then Ayale Baba by Wapenda Muziki.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Kuna vile umenibamba vimeja, lakini kila siku nikipiga na kupata mteja. Boy child sina kitu right now, I got much baby if you want love. Johnny vile unakwango umeweza, siamini neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana nakwama nae. Neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana nakwama nae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Round and round and round you take me, nashinda tu is how ni cheki, na buff na pass ni kimedi, whether you were in or out, to me it's the same thing. Siamini neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana nakwama nae. Neza pendwa na demu kae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana nakwama nae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Basi kama
mapenzi ni Dre when he tap walai. Unani drive crazy when I drop walai. Started thinking about you when I can't stop walai. My love for you is connected to your hotspot walai. Ooh, the best lie is the truth. Umeni rogo umenifanya na roga kwa booth. Triple D still unani kunyo vismooth. I wanna love it like I can, I wanna love it like it should. Yeah, so kana kena nendangu nenge kendo chawo. Protect you and give it to you so organic and raw. See why ni chocha bro, cause me I keep it pure. I'm on my max so ready, so come over, let's go.
Neza pendo na dem kae, na konga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa nae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Dear God, it's me again. I have come to you with a heart of worship.
Baba mimi nimekufanyia nini? Ndo nipende namna hii. Nimekufanyia nini? Ndo nipende namna hii. Baba mimi nimekufanyia nini? Ndo nipende namna hii. Oh, nimekufanyia nini? Ndo nipende namna hii. Nimekuja na wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba, na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba, wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba. Bila wewe ningeteseka dadi, umenitoa mbali. Kama sio wewe awe, mimi ningekuwa wapi?
Napiga magoti mbele zako Baba yangu, nainua mikono kwa ishara ya kusujudu.
Yale Baba umenifanyia, wacha nikuite shamba. Nimekuja nikupende leo Jehova Shama. Wewe ni Mungu wa mapendeleo, nishakujua. Unapenda vile nataka dadi.
Nimekuja na wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba. Wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba.
Nimekuletea
wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba. Nimekuja na wimbo na moyo wako kwa Budu Baba.
Nilikuwa nimepotea wokovu kanipa, nilikuwa sipendezi neema kanipa, ukaniokota toka jalala mimi.
Nilikuwa nimepotea wokovu kanipa, nilikuwa sipendezi neema kanipa, ukaniokota toka jalala mimi.
Asante kwa wokovu, asante kwa msamaha, umeondoa maovu, moyoni nina raha. Asante kwa wokovu, asante kwa msamaha, umeondoa maovu, moyoni nina raha. Yale Baba umenifanyia, wacha nikuite shamba. Nimekuja nikupende leo Jehova Shama. Wewe ni Mungu wa mapendeleo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Five songs and
he said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, I'm going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west. Yeah, I know west.
All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability.
they call me son of the dawn. Another got ability like Yahweh. He suppressed the kings of the underworld, my way. Rock of the ages, ancient of days, lily of the valley and the bright and morning star. Anything is possible with him. He raised up the dead after days in the grave. Parted the sea for the nation in a minute. He'll answer your matter in less than a minute.
I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west. Yeah, I know west.
All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility.
Inna the dark when it's tough, you always stepping up. Endless possibilities, salute the Holy Trinity, yeah. See, no eye ever seen it, no ear ever heard it. I know man can't conceive it. The good things in store for those who love him. I'm ready now to see the impossible.
And he said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west, yeah, I know west.
All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. And he said I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west, yeah, I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out west. I know west.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know west, yeah, I know west.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Already, Ability 1005 songs. Right before that, we had Mefanya Mungu Bawapenda Muziki. Already. So we are just about to put an end to this conversation. But before we do, let's just look at breaking barriers. How can we break the cultural taboos as well as the systemic hurdles? Yeah, so we need to get rid of the hush culture. We need to get rid of the hush culture because menstruation is not a private matter. Yes, it is very personal, but it is not private. It cannot be private when it is happening to every woman, most women everywhere. So we need to make having open discussions a normality. We need to give support as a normal thing, as a regular thing. And then so when it comes to religious restrictions, we need to stop seeing women as unclean. We actually need to address some of these religious taboos that have been perpetuated, from time immemorial, because that simply is not the truth, because women are not unclean because they are on their period, and this should not limit their participation in daily activities. And we also need to look at the educational gaps where boys and even some girls have constantly remained uneducated about their menstrual health, as well as perpetuating needs and discrimination. And it's simply unfair to these girls, because how will they exist in society, and how will they raise up children that are more informed? And policy needs to be on our side. We have seen so many policy pitfalls where many institutions lack menstrual leave policies, as well as adequate restroom facilities. 2 weeks back, we had a conversation about Zambia and other countries, Zambia that has normalized having menstrual leave days. And that is something that we need to be taking up in our country. That needs to be something that organizations need to be doing, giving their employees menstrual leave. And we are championing for change. We are championing for change when it comes to the grassroots levels, as well as on a national level. And how can we do this? We need to look at government initiatives that can bring a period poverty down on board. And we need to see Kenya's free sanitary pad program in schools working and thriving. But challenges in distribution have come up. So the question is, who keeps these systems accountable? If we say that we have a free sanitary pad program in our country, how can we ensure that this is happening? Because 65% is no laughing matter. We also need to be seeing tax-free period products. We need to advocate for removing taxes on sanitary products in gaining on sanitary products, and having these conversations gain momentum, and just really fight to make a period products affordable. And we also must be creating safe spaces in schools as well as in workplaces. We need to implement period friendly facilities and facilitating for open conversations, because that is the one of the biggest problem, is that we are struggling to have open conversations even in our professional spaces, in our offices. As grown up as we are, it is often very, very awkward. And we need to collaborate with NGOs and powerhouses, organizations such as Huru International, organizations like PadMad and Inua Dado Foundation are at the forefront. Just to mention a few organizations, there are so many that are providing products as well as education on menstrual health. And we need to come on board. Everybody needs to come on board and have a solution mindset, to be solution minded, to think long term and have eco-friendly options. What can we do to meet the environment halfway? Menstrual cups, reusable pads, and period panties. So these are some of the sustainable options, and these options are also very cost effective. So let me know which one would be your go-to if you were to look at a more sustainable option. Once more, those are period cups, reusable pads, and period panties. If you need more information, Google is your friend, ChatGPT is your friend. Something else that we should look at is local innovations. How can we support African entrepreneurs in creating affordable and biodegradable menstrual products? How can we do that? Let's have that conversation. And once more, the final thing that I want to say is that we need to be normalizing period talk. We need to be having open discussions about periods, like what we're doing right now here on Sheversations. And we need to involve men in the conversation to help break the stigma. So if you're a man that, has expertise in the area of girls and periods and period poverty, and you're doing work, come, let's have a conversation and see what the male perspective is, because as women, we're going to continue to be a part of this conversation. So you continue donating, supporting NGOs and organizations that provide information, support, and products, and continue this advocacy. This is a conversation that we are not going to stop having any time soon. So I hope that you have been impacted. I hope that you have learned something new in this conversation. And we are going to wrap this up with Pretty Girl Wine by Mudhaka, Brandy Minor, and Bithi, and waiting for your feedback across all of the socials. My name is Caroline Murote, and I'm going to see you same time here on Friday. Enjoy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Yeah. Maini na hando vitu roho haiwezi. Roho ina hando vitu akili haiwezi. Akili na hando vitu himuli haiwezi. Blood sugar na panda juu yako when it's crazy.
Boy, you're pretty but you're minimal. Think there's someone out there like me, no, not to tell. I got everything you need, yeah, overall. Have you begging on your knees, that's spiritual. Take your time with me, I'll be your general. Take it straight to the top, do you hear me now? Watch me whine and go, don't sit down, turn around. All the pretty girls stand up on it now. When you hit the floor, watch them turn up, turn up. Having all the guys, them line up, line up. When you hit the floor, watch them turn up, turn up. Having all the guys, them line up. Guess you never met a good girl bad like this. Make you wonder when you last had it like this. Don't be so quick, yeah, you gotta time it. I know that you want it, you don't gotta hide it. Never met a good girl bad like this. Make you wonder when you last had it like this. Don't be so quick, yeah, you gotta time it. I know that you want it, you don't gotta hide it. See the pretty girl dancing, 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 pretty girl dancing. Wine, 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 wine. Yo, back with another. It's Brandy. Okay, pretty girl, go wine it. Give it to them, go yep slightly. Baby girl, a Range Rover. Everybody wanna taste of ya, yeah. You gotta admit, kuna kuona something special, special about an East African queen. The way she whine, the way she moving, calypso. She grooving a little, anatetemesha vitu. Itabidi me keep up with the pace if you really wanna touch my waist. Baby, hata si maringo, niggas don't go shaki, you know. See, never met a good girl bad like this. Make you wonder when you last had it like this. Don't be so quick, yeah, you gotta time it. I know that you want it, you don't gotta hide it. Like a boy, since you pretty and you're nice. But waiting for a bad boy, thinking that's my type. But you want the kind of girl that pull up and excite, yeah. Thinking we should couple up a kind of like, yeah. Jule unasikia fiti, na mimi ni pretty. How I do the pretty, why? Watch me do my pretty, why? Look into my pretty eyes.
I'm a boy over here. Yeah. Body language inabonga lugha na rada. Sina ladder, fine bodies lakini nobody bada. I got what you need, you got what I want, baby. You got what I need, I got what you want, baby. Udaka nikeo balo kajuna ni confused. Well done, very caliber like how I confuse. Booty be like a booty, so falling missing a booty. You know you got the job, come and report for duty. And you know, my blood sugar na panda juu yako when it's crazy.
Met a good girl bad like this. Make you wonder where you last had it like this. Don't be so quick, yeah, you gotta time it. I know that you want it, you don't gotta hide it. See the pretty girl dance, see the pretty girl dance, pretty girl dance, see the pretty girl dance, pretty girl dance, see the pretty girl dance. Wine, wine, I know that you, yeah.
From